You can see what looks like a little cliff fall over there in the distance. So I managed to get it open. It was quite harder than I expected. In this video I come across a fresh cliff fall and the sea has scattered ammonite nodules everywhere. Hopefully you enjoy the video because there's plenty of finds to come. Hello everybody, welcome back to another fossil hunting video. Today I've come to Port Mulgrave on the Yorkshire coast near Whitby. Port Mulgrave is famous for beautiful ammonite fossils and marine reptile fossils, especially after large cliff falls. So I'm going to head down now and see if there's anything to be found. So this was the old way down. It used to be the easier way, but it has since slipped and the only way down is down a little steep rope. So a lot of people ask me about the way down to port, and this is the way. It's not too bad, especially when it's dry. You obviously need a reasonable level of fitness and a bit of balance, but I wouldn't attempt it on a wet day. Let's head down now. So I'm down on the beach now. The tide is still in a little bit, but I'm going to have a look around. So I'm walking by all the old fishermen's sheds. Some of them look really nice. It's a lovely cool day to be out fossil hunting on the Yorkshire coast. Nice little breeze. There's plenty of sandstone which has fallen from the very top all the way up there at the top of the cliffs, scattered about here. I'm hoping there'll be quite a few ammonites to be found today. A very sea-worn Eleganticeros. Got a nice middle, even though it's so worn. I'll put a bit of beeswax or paraloid onto it and it should bring out the definition a little bit better. I've just spotted what looks like a very nice little middle of a Dactylioceras. The very centre of what would have been a bigger ammonite at one point or another, and the sea or the rocks on the beach has ground it down to this little bit. It's still nice. So I've just found these two cracking looking ammonite nodules. Probably got Tenicostratum ammonites on the inside, so I'm really looking forward to giving these a pop open. I'm going to do it right now on camera. Cracking. Let's have a look and see how it's gone. Wow, perfect. Just a little nip there, but a beautiful ammonite. So this one could be quite promising. A nice big nodule with the edge of an ammonite sticking out at the end. Let's see how it goes. Sticking out there. Let's see if it will just pop off. Beautiful shaped ammonite, it just needs a bit of a clean up around the edges. And here they are after a bit of water to highlight the detail of the ammonites. Quite a pyrotised looking ammonite right next to this fresh little cliff fall here. Doesn't look like there's much in it though. Not many nodules. Let's give this nice Harpoceras a tap and see if it will split nicely for us. So I was wrong with that. It's not a Harpoceras, it's a Tenicostratum. Either way, it's a DAC in a very pyrotised nodule. So it's a little bit slim pickings around this area, so I'm going to walk back towards the right hand side of Port Mulgrave, and I'm going to have a look for some new cliff falls and see if there's any nodules around that way. Nice looking ammonite wearing out in this rock pool. Wonder how long it's been sat there for. Looks like a nice complete one that will pop open perfectly. A beautiful looking ammonite on the floor. These ones usually crack open well. They've been in a cliff fall for a while, so the sea has got to them and made them nice and soft. So usually a few taps make these pop open well. Someone's got very lucky with this Hildoscerus ammonite. Fortunately, this bit is only the negative, and they've taken the nice bit, and it looks like it's split perfectly for them. So if anybody is curious about the height of the climb down here, you can see it. Well, you can see the pathway, you can't really make out the rope. And there's the bench at the top, just to try and give you an idea. So this is quite interesting. There's a bunch of metal, which are the remains of the old port that used to be here, a working port. All the concrete wall has started to be broken down by the sea. I'm sure it gets totally battered in the winter months. So the right hand side usually tends to be more productive. This was where the huge landslide came down. So I just picked this one little nodule up, the edge of an ammonite on the back of it, and I've given it a tap, and there was a beautiful Hildoscerus ammonite on the inside of it, and it split perfectly. If you would like to purchase your very own fossil from the Yorkshire coast, please check out my website called buyafossil.com. I've got loads of beautiful prepared specimens available for purchase, and I've also got unopened ammonite nodules for you to crack open at your own house. Please take a look if you are interested. Thank you. So I can see what looks like a little cliff fall over there in the distance. So I'm going to go and walk over to it, and I'll see if there's any nodules. So this has all come down very recently. A few nodules that I've just picked up. However, I reckon it needs a good sea to get washing it. But I reckon there'll be a few good things to come out of this. Nice fresh nodule. Looks like it could break open well. Freshly washed out of the cliff fall. So I managed to get it open. It was quite harder than I expected. It's revealed a beautiful deck on the inside of it. So this little cliff fall is seeming to be quite productive. I've picked about 10 nodules up so far, and I've cracked a few of them open and kept the rest to take home. So it just shows, even though it's not the biggest of cliff falls, the right bit of cliff has fallen, and it's been very productive, particularly for ammonite nodules. So I try not to film too many of these shale preserved ammonites because the shale is just pretty much covered with them on the bedrock. But this Harpostris is definitely worth a film, I'd say. Here's a nice little bone find that I made on the beach. Within this rock are multiple little ichthyosaur ribs. This has been in the sea for quite some time, but I think it's certainly worth rescuing before it gets destroyed any further. So I'm now starting to make my way back up the cliff. Got to walk all the way to the other end of the bay yet, so there's always a chance to find something else. But if I don't, hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all on the next one. Hello everybody, I am back up off the beach now. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video today. I wanted to show you this very interesting fossil that I found about a year or two ago now. Seems quite a long time ago. It's in a very hard rock full of these pyritized fossilized shells. on the other side of it are very chunky ichthyosaur paddle digits. Now this fossil was prepared by Mark Hawkes, and you can imagine the amount of hours it would have taken to reveal these really chunky ichthyosaur paddle digits. Now these are the flipper bones that the creature would have used to move along the water. It's a beautiful and extremely stable piece, and it looks great on display. This amazing fossil is listed for sale via my website, buyafossil.com, along with a lot of other beautiful fossils from the Yorkshire coast.